In this video, we are going to see how to manage leads in PRP lead management system. Right now, you can see that the leads counter are set to 0 because there are no leads in our system at present. Let's see how we can add leads. You can see that here we have two options to add leads. First is manually adding a lead one at a time, and another is bulk upload option. We can create an Excel file and upload multiple leads with one click. Clicking on this icon will download a sample file which will help you to know the format in which you have to prepare the file. Here we have some other options like filtering the leads, clearing the filter, and downloading the leads. But before we start adding leads to our system, I want to show you some other settings which are related to the lead management. First one is lead type. Lead type basically defines the occupation of the client. Different organizations may have different lead types. That's why this lead type module is completely customizable. Here we have individual, reseller, retailer, and company as our lead types. We can decide which agent is going to handle which lead type. We can edit the current ones or we can create new ones. Next one is lead source. That is from where we are getting leads. Same as in case of lead types, we can create new sources, edit current ones, and assign agents to the sources. We can have multiple lead sources based upon our reach. On the leads page, I showed you two methods to add the lead to the system. From here, we can add online sources and configure them to automatically add leads. And the third one is lead stage. We can completely customize our lead stages, their statuses, color, and actions from here. And finally, the products. We can create, update, and assign agents to our products from here. Now let's get back to our leads page and add a lead manually to understand flow. From here, I will fill up basic information of the lead, selecting a product, selecting a lead source. You can see that lead sources are the same we seen in the lead source page. Not all of these are required to be added manually. We can configure APIs and some lead sources will automatically add leads to our LMS. As I am adding this lead from application manually, I am going to use the application lead source. Next is our lead type, then the prospective business this lead is going to generate, and then some other general information. And now you can see that our lead is added. The first stage here is conversation with status pending. We have couple of other statuses to move our leads accordingly. On the right sides, we have few widgets from where we can add events, attachments, view status transfer, add tasks, create tickets, and view transfer history of this lead. Let me show you how does it look in the table. Here's our lead and you can see some required info about the lead. Clicking on this pencil icon or just right clicking anywhere on the lead will open the context menu, and here you can see the available options. We can create a quick task, we can upload an attachment, we can log events, we can transfer leads to other agents, we can generate a ticket from here, we can do a click to call. Click to call is a feature which will initiate a call between the lead and the agent without agent having to dial the number actually. And finally, we can also create a campaign. We will see this later in details. Now let's get back to our lead and perform some updates. Our lead is in conversation stage with status pending. We can change the status by clicking on the desired status. Now let's suppose agent contacted the lead and lead asked to call back later. So for that we can move our lead to callback stage. It will ask us details about when we can call back to our lead. Checking this option will send agent an SMS reminding him about the upcoming callback task. Now our lead is in callback stage with status callback, interested and not interested. On the right side we can see the status transfer history. So suppose after the call the lead isn't interested, we can simply click on the not interested status and our lead status will be marked as not interested. Now take another example where lead is interested, adding another callback task, filling up the details. This time I'm going to click on the interested, and now our lead is in again conversation stage where status is asked for quotation. As you have already seen, these stages are customizable and you can change them to meet your requirements. Let's click on the ask for quotation. Now it takes us to the stage where it's asking if we have sent the quotation or not with status pending. Let's say we already sent the quotation but lead isn't satisfied. From this stage we can decide what to do next. We can resend the quotation, or we can say that the lead isn't interested anymore. Let's suppose this time lead is satisfied with the quotation. Now again stage has been changed. As the lead is satisfied, now we can move forward by placing the order. Let's say yes, order has been placed. Yes, URN number has been generated. Let's record the URN number and enter the details. Now the lead is in final stage, and let's convert it, and done. Our lead has been converted. Here you can see the convert status with time of conversion. From here we can download the lead. You can see we have details of our leads over here. Let's get back to our dashboard. Here counter is set to 1 and we have only one lead that is also converted, hence 100% conversion. Below here are tasks we created on our lead. Yellow color notifies that these are upcoming tasks. If we missed the task, those will be shown in the red color. Clicking here will take us to the lead on which the task is created. Here's the task we created. Now see some reporting feature. Here we have counter and graphs. Graph shows stats based on various criteria of the leads like its stage, its status, source, inner source, type. Beside this we have tabular data based on criteria as well. For example, here we will see all the leads in the final stage. Clicking this graph icon will take us to the final stage graph, while this table icon will take us to the leads page and filter out all leads in that table which are in final stage. Next, filter option helps us to filter results based on agents and duration. Next, let's see an example of our ticketing feature. Right click on the lead and select generate ticket. Give it a subject, select its type, select department, and select the agent to which this ticket will be raised. We can attach some documents from here, add some description. Our ticket has been raised. Let's go to our lead. Here's our ticket with some details. We can click here to view the ticket directly, or we can view our tickets from here. Here's our ticket with ticket ID, the lead ID against which the ticket was raised, and some other details. Here both status and priority are pending, as these will be updated by the agent whom this ticket is raised to. We can see the status transfer history from here. We can see forward history from here. We can have conversation from here. We can delete messages. Here are reports for our tickets with complete stats. Let's log into the other agent to whom ticket is raised. Here's the notification that we have received a ticket. Click on it and let's go to the ticket. Open it. Let's change the status, change the priority. Let's respond to ticket. We can see history here. Let's now just close the ticket. We can see the ticket is closed. If we go to reports, we have stats here. We have average time which this ticket took to get closed. And same as in case of lead reports, we have complete stats of our tickets here. And in the final section of this video, we are going to see campaigning module. Let's go to leads. Right click on the lead and select quick campaign. At present there are no campaigns. Let's create one. But before we can create a campaign, we need a template first. So let's create a template. Go to the template and add template. Now select a type of campaign. Is it going to be a text message campaign or an email campaign? Select variable, give it name, give it a subject. Now the template body. Here we can see that I have used variables which are here shown in the red color. Variables are values which will be replaced by the actual value in the campaign. For example, at full name will be replaced by the client's actual full name, and at URL will be replaced by the actual URL which we will provide. Click on create and our template is created. Here you can see that this template is not yet approved. In order to use this template, we are required to get this approved by the support team. Let's say we got our template approved by the support. We can then set the template approved in our application from here. Our template is now approved and we can start using it in our campaigns. Let's create a campaign, give it a name, select a template. It detected that our template uses a URL, so it automatically gives us option to add a URL from here. Let's add URL which points to our new product. Next, click on the add to button. It will filter the leads to which we want to target this campaign to. We can filter leads based on different criteria. Let's just click on search. It will select all the leads. We have only one lead, hence we get total 1 receipt. Click on create, OK, and our campaign is created. You can see status of campaign is completed. Let's see details of the campaign. Here lead ID to which campaign was targeted, status of our link, open count and some other details.